Hi, my name is Walter Lesh. Welcome to Online in Rocky River and Beyond. This is episode 4, where we're taking a look at what is safe mode and whether all devices have it. To start, I'd like to first think about automobiles. It seems strange to do that, but think this way. What does an automobile need in order to still function or work as an automobile? Doesn't it need some kind of fuel for its propulsion system, whether it be our Flintstones feet or our high octane gas combustion engine? Does it need wheels? Cars don't go without wheels. Does it need steering? Does it need a seat? You get the idea? I'm simply trying to figure out what are the basic things that it needs in order to still be called and function as an automobile. Safe mode is kind of like that with our devices and our computers. It uses the bare minimum to get going. So why is that? Well, if the company or companies sold you something that they know should work, if it doesn't work, it's probably their problem. If it does work, it's probably your problem. So safe mode gives us a kind of known position for figuring out why something has gone wrong or is going wrong. So how do we get to safe mode in Windows? You hope that things don't just happen, but that is usually the way it happens. You boot your computer and for some reason it starts up in safe mode. But safe mode in Windows can be entered in a bunch of different ways. So it uses the bare minimum resources to make the computer work. That means probably black screen desktop, no pictures, as well as VGA graphics, very simple. It can be used with networking if you need access to the internet or another computer connected through your network. And it's referred to as a secure place for uninstalling a program or an app. It can help with troubleshooting if it works in this mode. So how do we do it? I'm going to illustrate on screen several step-by-step ways to do it, just so that you can pause the video if you need to and follow some of those steps or record them. And then I'll show you a recording of actually doing it to a different computer. So one way to get it into safe mode is to do it from the Settings app. If the PC fails to boot 3 times in a row, it should go into safe mode automatically. You can do it also from the sign-in screen on some Windows 10 installations. Down in the bottom left corner, you would click there and follow the steps on this screen. And you can also do it from a black or blank screen. And that's probably the scariest part, right? You've tried to turn on your computer and all you get is a blank screen. This is the method that basically forces the computer into safe mode by pretending that, and you can do it, you can force this by pretending that your machine isn't booting correctly and turning it off and back on, turning it off, back on, turning it off, back on. It should go into safe mode. I'm filming a Windows 10 desktop right now. I've made my pointer extra large, so hopefully people can see it. And I'm going to show you how to restart your computer into safe mode. So first I'm going to click on Start. And then I'm going to go to Power. At Power, I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click Restart. I'm going to keep my finger on the Shift key while it's working. And eventually it comes into this Choose an Option screen. Under Troubleshoot, I click on Troubleshoot, I click on Advanced Options, and then I click on Startup Settings. In this list of 7 or 8 items, the fourth one is Enable Safe Mode. So these are the choices I'll get when I restart my machine. So I'm going to click on Restart, and the machine starts booting. And now I have this menu. So number 4 says Enable Safe Mode. Number 5 says Enable Safe Mode with Networking. And number 6 says Enable Safe Mode with Command Prompt. These would be different tools for different uses. I'm going to press number 4, and the machine will then restart in safe mode without networking, which means I won't have an internet connection, My machine will be in safe mode. I won't be able to run or use third-party apps. I am limited to doing things like uninstalling apps. This is a very secure way of doing that. And I am also able to still move things, get to the file explorer and do things, but I can't start some of the other apps that I would use, for instance, recording software. It's now saying please wait, and now I'm at a login screen, at which point I have to put in my password. Okay, I finished my troubleshooting session. Now how to get out of safe mode. The easiest way to get out of safe mode is to simply restart your machine. There's my big pointer again. I'm going down to the start button. I'm going to click on power and I'm going to click on restart. And the machine will restart as normal. My machine is booting up again, and I'm going to return to a normal login screen. And there we go. I simply press the space bar or move the mouse to start the login process, log in, and I should be right back where I started from. So what about safe mode in Android devices? There are a couple things to consider. One is it usually happens when the operating system has had a problem, and when your phone restarts, it goes into safe mode. And usually that's because something has happened, like you've installed an app that doesn't work, or something that you had worked okay at first and now something's going wrong. And it does help to know kind of the steps that you did in terms of installing things and when things were put on the device, so that you can go backwards through those steps until you find the thing that is going wrong. And just like with anything else, you want to record, document what you did, and so that you might have to reinstall apps and log into them again, things like that. So it's a way to step by step go through troubleshooting. And the steps for doing it would be, my device is in safe mode. So I remove the latest app that I put on there and I restart it and see if it works normally. Okay, it didn't. So it's still in safe mode. I try another thing. I try to restart it. Successful. Right? So you repeat those steps until you find success and it goes back into normal mode, and then you can go about seeing which app it was that you took out that caused the problem. Usually a device will start up in safe mode and then you know it has a problem. But you can, on an Android device, put your device into safe mode, but you want to check the manufacturer's directions for doing that, as well as the carrier's directions for doing that in the case of a smartphone. So here I have an older Samsung phone, and it's very easy to put it into safe mode. I simply hold the power button in like I'm going to turn it off, and then I press and hold the power button until I get the screen asking if it wants to go into safe mode, and I say restart, and now the device should boot up into safe mode. Safe mode, just like in Windows, is a way to start from a known position in order to troubleshoot. So my device is now booting up. My device has completed booting, and now when I turn the screen back on, it says safe mode here in the corner. So that's where you'll see it, is down in the bottom corner of this Samsung phone. So I unlock the device. And when I move to a screen where I have installed apps, you can see that they look different. No third-party apps are going to work, but I can do things like remove them. So let's say I'm going to remove an app. I press on the app, I choose uninstall, and that app gets removed when I confirm it. So I've taken that app away. Now I want to put it back into normal mode, hopefully, and see if it reboots into normal mode. It's pretty simple. I just restart the phone. So instead of power off, I choose restart and confirm it. And now if it boots into normal mode, everything's fine. I know that that is the app that was causing the problem. It's probably a good idea to write things down because you may have to uninstall several apps before you get to the one that was causing it to go into safe mode. Not being as familiar with safe mode in Apple devices, I must admit I was rather confounded. I have a very new iPhone and I can't find any way to put it into safe mode. And I think Apple has kind of changed the conversation to recovery mode or DFU mode, which is device firmware update mode. I would use the former to try and fix something, and the latter appears to come up mostly in conversations about jailbreaking the phone. So it's mainly used by jailbreakers and technicians at Apple facilities. So here we go, right? No, I've not needed to use it. And in other words, I'm not going to break my nice new iPhone trying it. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Online in Rocky River and Beyond. Tune in next time. Thanks.